Welcome to another episode of the Old Car Fishing Podcast, guys.
What up? What up?
Straight up, just so that you guys know, if for some reason we end up going off air, stay tuned. We'll get back in. Last week we had issues with StreamYard. There wasn't anything here in house, so just stay on and we'll pop right back up. It doesn't take us long to reset and pop back in.
Most of the time. I think it has something to do with the government again. Like yesterday on Facebook,
they don't want
Facebook. They don't want us to be on the podcast tonight.
Yeah, because yesterday when I was trying to post the announcement for today's podcast, it froze on me, and then StreamYard didn't recognize any of our Facebook pages or YouTube.
Yeah.
So I had to re-download everything to StreamYard and get it all checked out and ready to rock. But yeah, so what's going on there?
What do you mean?
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What do you mean?
Did I bump it?
There you go.
Bill's all doing
I
kinds of
bumped
things.
them.
I was seeing
sure
two
I
bills.
bumped something.
Anyways, I'm Chico Dinas Jr. I'm the owner of Old Car Fishing and Monty Bean and Taco, co-owner that is, and also owner of Stoke Custom Bakes. And to my right is one of our guests.
Somewhere over here.
They can't even see you. Moving over.
Yeah, there you go.
He didn't want to be on the podcast, guys.
But I'm here anyway, right?
But now he's here.
Yep.
We got Jay.
Jay Fishes.
Jay Fishes.
Jay
Me on YouTube, Jay Fishes.
Johnson's.
Wherever you want.
Talk to the mic.
Jay Fishes on everything.
And to my left, I got the Iceman, Scotty Goodeman.
Woo, woo, woo.
I'm not even gonna mention who you're. Everybody knows who you're with. Vexlar, Northfin, Stoked,
Oh, carver fishing.
Carver Fishing. We don't
Macula
not
Tackle.
no more.
No, I'm not on Macula that I know of. I don't
No,
know.
you're going to Monty now. You won't be a carver anymore.
Corey
you
wants ya.
just use it.
Corey wants you.
Yeah.
Corey wants you.
I don't know if. He could probably put up with me.
Yeah.
And then to the left of him is Mrs. Clean.
Sweet.
Amy Muzinger's in the house, covering for our lovely sister Tara for the meantime.
Yep.
And then going to the other side of the table, since Dan's not here tonight, we're going to go ahead and call Nikki the unfiltered part of this podcast. Nikki Holston. The lovely Nikki Holston. And of course, our guest. You guys probably seen his products throughout bait shops and some of the trade shows. I remember seeing him in one of the ice fishing shows, maybe in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
His baits are very popular, especially his scents. His attractants are kicking so much ass. I mean, we started carrying them in our shops.
They work.
And our plastics with the protein infused
Can confirm.
are just great. And he is Bill Fraser from Billy Rub Baits.
Howdy, y'all.
Welcome. So real quick, what do you guys think about what Scott shared with us earlier about the life scope?
I'm not mad at it, but I don't know. I don't run one anyway, so it doesn't affect me one way or the other.
What about it? What's the controversy today? Using it or not? I mean, it's always going to be a dead subject.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. It's an open and ended subject.
It's been, I don't know. I feel like they've been trying to work their way to that for a while, and I don't know.
It's here. It's not going anywhere.
I think, I don't think it's going to get voted in by any means, but the fact that they're putting that on there like that, it kind of tells you it's probably just a matter of time sooner or later.
Oh, for it to go.
Yeah. And I don't know. I can't say for
Well, look
sure,
look at the Bassmaster Elite. I mean, look at those guys using all that stuff and the glasses that are out there nowadays too.
Yeah.
I mean, those are brand new technology. It's coming in. I mean,
it's-
where does it end?
Yeah.
What's next? Infrared to look through everything, the lakes to see where the fish are. The VR.
There's certain states that are banning it.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin.
Wisconsin had a
Yep.
poll or they had like a thing to vote on it.
Oh, to ban live scope
Yep.
completely. Yep.
I don't have you. You don't have me.
No.
I don't have you either.
Oh,
I think so.
but I just think, I mean, it's a useful tool. Doesn't guarantee you're going to catch fish.
No,
I mean,
you can't make them bite one way or the other. I mean,
this past weekend I was just up
these
north.
definitely help though.
Yeah, I mean, I was fishing up north, and what do you put it down, and I mean, there's fish around you. Doesn't guarantee you're going to
No.
catch it. I mean,
No,
my
you got to find
Vexlar,
the aggressive ones, and it helps you break down a lake a lot quicker. And
it does. It helps you a little bit, but I still ran, and I mean, I had to run 70 yards out, 80 yards
they're
out, 50
spooky, I
yards
mean,
out.
you're going to be chasing them.
Yep.
And that's just all there is to it.
I mean, it's a useful tool. What's the difference? I mean,
And there's still just the fact that there's a limit, that you're supposed to abide by. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're turning a big tournament and somebody has it and you don't have it, that's a
it does suck in
advantage.
that.
it does. You know what? I did the UPL the first year without it, and I thought we did pretty well without it.
Yeah.
Was there, take away those people that use it every single time and have them try it without.
Yep.
100%,
See how they do.
They couldn't do it. I bet. I
I
guarantee
know
they
a
couldn't
few
do
of
it
them
without
that
it.
could,
What
but
do you think, Bill?
not a lot.
I believe I use it. I mean, I have active target, and
It's sweet.
yeah, I
I've
mean,
been
I've
around it.
had the opportunity to use it and actually visually see my fish, and throw to it.
The detail's
catch.
amazing on those things.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still kind of more of a novice with it, for sure.
So what I'm waiting on, like, is the DNR ever going to use that to like scan under people's wheelhouses to see how many lines they're running before they come and knock on the door?
No.
Is that
I don't think
know.
So many possibilities.
There
There's-
are. I mean, they
There's
could.
so many things that they could use.
They
it for,
really
though.
could, and I think they're using that more for even search and rescue.
Yeah, search
more,
and rescue and
more
recovery.
search and more recovery than anything.
Then
but-
rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Body-
overall, I mean,
Body in the bag.
Do you, I mean, you use it, obviously, right? You just said, but do you see a great advantage to it or not? I mean, does it help you or not? I mean, obviously, at some point it does, but
I watched one of these, a podcast just a few weeks ago, and it was very informative on the fact that they broke down a little bit more in depth about, how some of the pros that are out there that really claim that they are really good at it, and they kind of debunked that whole thing, that there's just no way. They're not differentiating between a 2-pound largemouth and a 4-pound largemouth. There's just no way.
No.
Because these guys will go and, for instance, they've got a 20-pound sack and they're throwing at a 1.5-pounder that they catch. Well, if they're so good at it, why'd they throw at the 1.5-pounder? I mean, plain and simple.
No.
They can't differentiate. They can get a pretty good idea that it's a bass, but they're not really. They can't really tell you how
you can
big
tell
it
it's
is.
a hog.
Yeah, you could probably tell the difference between a 2-pounder and an 8-pounder.
Oh yeah.
While I was watching
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
classic
Yeah.
or the elites the other day, one of the anglers were talking about how he could tell the difference between a catfish and a bass.
But
Well,
then why do you see them catch a catfish? Because they can't differentiate all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's just laying there and you get
Yeah.
a sideways shot, I know that I've visually looked at some fish and I could tell you, I'm like, that's not a bass. I don't need to throw at that. I can tell you that looks just like a sheephead,
Mhm.
just because how tall it is.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
know.
you could tell you could tell the movement around just even for like ice fishing, perch, sunfish, or or crappie. It's how it looks, how it swims.
I never seen it. So is it color coded? I mean, do you see color codes or you just see
Red is the heat, kind of like. It depends on also to the color that the
Yeah,
color
you
scheme
can
that
set
you're
'em-
using.
you can set
So
'em
like
up
for
different.
instance, I use the red, white, and blue. The red. So the bigger and bigger the fish is, or the more and more prominent of the red is, the bigger and bigger of the fish. So I mean, when you're throwing it down there and you see your lure, obviously if it's a speck and you got another little tiny speck coming up to it, obviously it's a smaller fish.
Yeah.
The bigger the red, the bigger the fish. And you can, like I said, you can differentiate between a perch coming up or a crappie or a sunny. I mean, you
Yeah,
just
'cause-
by movement.
So I was listening to a podcast today on the way to work, on the way from and in the way home, and he was saying if I don't see orange, I'm not casting. That's what I'm asking.
So that's the color scheme that he's using.
Yeah.
It could be green. It all based on. He's probably using the amber color. That's
Okay.
probably what it is. I mean, you can tell like a northern. You can tell the difference between what a walleye. I mean, you could see a sturgeon. It just. And you
Well,
can totally
How much
differentiate.
longer the body
Yeah,
is.
exactly. So I mean, there are advantages to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't guarantee you're going to catch a fish. I mean, what's the difference if you use a Vexlar? I mean, the bigger the mark on a Vexlar, it just you're in one
Well,
hole.
you're using these.
And if you're using Billy bait, it's a different
Using
story.
Some Billy Road baits.
Mhm.
So, Bill, what got you into the bait business?
More so my health.
Okay.
I always played around with the scents and different things, but when I would play around with the scents, I was just making the stuff for my own personal use, and in doing so, I mean, a really good friend of mine that's a charter captain in Duluth, he's kind of the one that came up with the name for the Billy Rub, and we had a story that went back into Bemidji, college years, and that's kind of where it started. So, and then just due to my health situation, laying in bed, I'm kind of a doer. I got to be doing something. So, I just designed it up, and did a lot of research and
Well, a chef, you're a chef.
yeah, and I'm a chef, so recipes and things like that pretty much are second nature. So
Okay.
Nice.
And that's what you start off with is the rub.
The rub
The
was the
attractant.
beginning. Yep. And
It's just staticky. That's all. That I hear the static. That's the reason why I keep moving it.
well,
I'm not taking it away from you to stay
you're-
away from your phone.
No,
I'm just moving the
I
static.
wanted,
In a way.
I wanted to show
I know you did.
him a picture
Yeah,
sent by a guide. So
yeah.
it's all, it's all propaganda that I can show.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just staticky.
Right.
Is it Joe?
Austin Mashad, up in Leech Lake.
Well, you can message it to me through Messenger, and then I can post it up. If
Okay.
you want. That'll be fine.
So anyway, we started playing around. I have a couple of younger lads that I made some stuff with, and I went out fishing with both of them. One is Forrest Federer. He's out in the Albert or
Albert Lee?
no. Well, we had a place on Osakis,
Okay.
so
Nice.
we were out there, and he came out fishing, and we went out on Lake Osakis, and he's kind of a bass guy, and so I threw my rods in the boat, and he had his stuff, and we went out, and he said, "Where do you want to go? Let's go check out this 2-mile reef." And there's a bunch of lily pads and reeds and stuff mixed in, and he had the front of the boat, and I'm in the back, and I definitely outfished him from the back of the boat. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I've got this stuff, And so he kind of became a believer then, and have another friend, his actual tournament partner, and we were out on. He came and rode in the boat with me, pre-fishing out on Tonka, and we were out actually by Spirit Island, and we were catching a couple of smaller largemouth, and he had a bite, and he missed the fish or something like that, and I had like already caught 3, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Just put a little bit of this stuff on your bait." And he's like, "All right." So he grabbed a little bit, and I think he was throwing like a pegged little creature bait, and he put some rub on the bait and chucked it in, and first cast caught a 4-pound smallie, and he's like, "Dude, that's crazy." and it's, I mean, whether it was just fate that it worked that way, or whether whether it actually worked.
No, I think it works.
I mean, it works.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about the scent portion of what I make, it's all natural product. It's real minnows, it's real waxworms, it's real night crawlers. And it's made into a shelf-stable product that you can apply to your bait. And, that's what fish eat.
Yep.
Fish don't eat salad,
Are you ever considering different applicators for it? Like a little bit of chapstick type applicator?
I've done that, and I can do it. I have it. The problem is bottling, the bottling and the packaging.
It'd be hard to sell it or make it solid to make a chapstick, isn't it?
Well, it'll come out in a liquid form when
Yeah.
Yeah, melted
and
down.
it's melted, and then you inject it, and then it gets cool and then sets up. So
Because you need a specific filler for that. And it's not, unless you really have a tiny little spout to fill it up. But I get what you mean. You don't have to get really into specifics of it.
No, there is a place in Chanhassen, I think, that does filling, but I've talked to them, and there was an issue. They didn't really want to touch minnows and stuff. They do like deodorant sticks and soaps and things like that.
Sanitary
Toothpaste.
issue.
Yeah, they would have to have some separate set of machines to do filling. So, but the other things that we try to do is working off of the byproducts when we would make the scent, and sitting down and just kind of brainstorming, and then trying to come up with a way to do it so that you don't you don't burn stuff. And you don't, I mean, it's a difficult process to try and make the product that goes into the actual plastic. It
That's
stinks.
a good one.
Oh yeah. That's the brand new one.
Yeah, that one.
Catfish.
That one's
No,
fun.
leopard
Oh,
frog.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to ask about.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Well, I mean, there's certain things, right? I mean, like
Eat it.
like
See
people
that.
ask, is the yellow perch for catching yellow perch? And I'm like, well, of course. Perch are they're carnivorous. They eat their own kind,
Yeah.
And then the other thing is everything eats yellow perch. I mean, everything.
That one is
Is that one
It's like sniffing ammonia, man.
It's
Liquid
like-
ammonia.
It's got a little
So
garlic
that
in it.
leopard frog. So like
That's
the
what I was,
leopard.
that's what I was
Oh,
getting
a
in
little
it.
garlic.
Was the
So do
garlicky.
you? So do you
Lick it.
like kind of give people an idea of like what to use? Like this catfish. What would you use the catfish for? What would you use
It's-
the leopard frog
Well,
for?
that's
You know what I mean?
This
So
is-
just
both
for
of
somebody
those.
that's getting into it and learning,
So-
what would you use it for?
So that you can show that one.
Yeah.
So that one probably of all of them, that is not made from catfish. That is actually made to catch catfish.
Yeah.
It's an
Of all the
attractant.
ones that I make, that one's pretty much, not made from the actual item itself.
But this leopard frog is an actual leopard frog.
Those leopard frogs were harvested willingly, I think.
But I mean, so like this, I
Brainerd,
would.
Minnesota.
So to me, this I would use this obviously for bass
Well,
or
I
all
would-
of it.
Actually,
Yeah, I
it'd
Catfish,
probably be good
bass.
for channel cats.
Yeah,
Oh,
channel
channel
cats.
cats. Walleyes love frogs.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Walleyes too.
But see what I'm saying? Like, do you have a
And
list for
especially-
people?
I'm
Do
sorry.
you have like a list? Like, if somebody was to walk in and say, "Hey, I want to try these rubs,"
I have
what could I?
I have
use
an
them for?
email. I have a text message. I have a website.
But
Send
I'm
me
just-
a message.
but I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, so people can know what to use it for, what to use it
Yeah.
for targeting for.
I spend sometimes. I mean, when the emails and the messaging goes when it's busy, like early in the winter when it really kind of
Everything's
kicks in
sticking out.
and people are they're seeing it all over Facebook and instant messenger and all that. That's when I spend a lot of time during the day. I wish my so-called pro staff would kick in and help with answering some of those questions a little more, but
I might have to steal this one for Ray. This
I
one
got a
for
chance
sure.
to use it last year, and it works pretty good.
Yeah, Ray, I'm
Which
gonna have
one?
to get you this one.
The
This
one
is
that
leopard
you gave
frog.
me for the series
Oh,
last
yeah.
year.
So Ray
I used
says
one
it's
of them,
still-
Yeah, Ray.
and it's
Stuff-
pretty good.
The stuff is legit. I've turned it from the non-believers to the light.
Yeah, which
I'm
is,
looking forward to the new products coming up. Yeah, we
Oh,
got
Ray.
leopard frog for you, Ray.
I got you a leopard frog.
oh, Ray.
And Callie, I don't know where Danny Two Cats is. That's what we were just asking.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
No say.
Yeah,
Jay's sitting in for him right now because we thought it was gonna be a little bit late or something, but he didn't. I don't know where he could be.
He didn't message us and let us know one way or the other. So
Grandpa Wade Walters in the house.
what's
Grumpy
up,
old
Wade?
Are you back, Wade?
Are you guys still going up there, or what's up?
Check this out, Wade.
What's that ice looking like, if there is any?
There is ice way.
Way up north. There isn't
way
any
up
now
north.
here.
You can show them
None
the big
here
one
now.
on that one, Chewy.
Brian.
That's the
Yeah,
big
alewife is a
Alewife.
good one too.
What is the
Yeah.
name? What is the name of that one?
alewife.
I think
What
I've
is
got.
Oh, the bait.
Yeah,
Oh,
what is the name of that?
That's the ball shad XL.
And that's the Wonder Bread.
It glows
And it
too, by the
glows.
way.
Very
Yeah.
pretty.
I like glows a lot.
Yeah, I'll write that
'cause I like
down.
to fish at night a lot.
Brian's
or early morning.
Brian's comment there on the alewife. I mean, that was alewife is one of those minnows / bait fish, whatever
Yeah.
that it was a request by a lot of people for quite a while. And most of that requests were obviously coming from like the Lake Michigan crowd. And
Yep.
And so when I finally was able to secure a steady stockpile of product to make it, it was just so surprising and how well it actually works for everything. I mean, the panfish on Lake Minnetonka just chew it up.
Mhm.
They love it, and it's just one of those things that just
Don't be saying that too loud right now because there's a crappie tournament coming up.
but that's I mean
Should I fish it?
it is
Nope.
what it is.
Mhm.
I think you could use that
Should I?
one.
Let's go.
You could use it anywhere
Let's
at
put it down.
anywhere anytime, and it's just going to you're going to benefit.
Mhm.
So there are a few of those scents, like I would say waxworm, the alewife, obviously the emerald shiner.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
I've
know
got
that-
that
I
one.
know
They're
that
pretty
one
much-
is-
That's in my Vexlar
a
pack
winter
and
one.
stays there.
The freshwater shrimp for me,
Shrimp ones are
and
popular.
truthfully, I really like, and this is a by request. I do a caffeine perch, so it's coffee and yellow perch mix,
Mhm.
which you can do yourself. But I like to mix them, and I really like that mix together. And so there's no reason why you can't be your own chef too. You've got 3 or 4 jars in your boat. Try playing around and mixing them sometimes,
Yeah.
especially with forward-facing sonar and all these extra things that we have. I mean, you can
You
really
can watch the reaction completely.
yeah, you can totally dive into, how well that fish responds to your bait.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Is
Mhm.
it coming up and nipping at it? You don't have to watch them on a camera.
No.
You can see them right on your graph on your boat. So
And it's not like you just put it on once and then it comes back up. You got to do it again. It lasts
No, it,
for
it
quite a
stays
while.
on.
for sure. Yep.
I mean, it's not like it's gonna
No.
Yeah.
Fall
And it's-
off with
it's
it.
not messy like 'cause
4
I've,
times.
I've dealt with some of that crap and it gets pretty net. Like
Mhm.
you just make a big mess in your boat or wherever. And
Absolutely.
It's
Spray
not
it
fun.
on
You
and
get
it's-
shit on your
yeah.
hands and it's like, come on,
Yeah.
you know.
You know what I'm
This
stuff
talking
isn't
about?
bad.
I get shit on my pants all the time.
Yeah, my clothes
Yeah.
and in my car.
But
Yeah.
But like those sprays, I mean, some of
Spill.
those sprays are just
Ugh.
I forgot what product that was, but it's a spray and it's black and gold. You know what I'm talking about? It's about that
Yep.
tall.
It's the
It's
garlic
pretty
stuff.
spendy. No, it's the other one. But yeah, that stays.
Ugh.
The anise spray.
And
Yeah.
this, yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't melt. It doesn't
Yeah.
freeze. It's just
Well, and then
There.
the other thing about the actual billy rub itself, if you're using it on your baits, outside of the anise, there's something about the oil and anise, it will be like turpentine. So if you were to put that on a painted crankbait, it will probably, that's the only one that would probably affect the paint of a crankbait. I don't know this for a fact, but I would have to guess.
the ammonia in it.
No, it's the something in the oils from the anise oil itself. The rest of the products, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen the post from, between Tony or Captain Donnie Aubert,
yep.
Trent Eichner. There's posts from
Jim.
Sarah and Taylor, Tyler Trampy. They all, putting that product in, if you're using those Northland baits, putting the product in the plastic trays, putting it in the bags, putting a
Mhm.
scoop in your bag. Where's that bag of stick baits? So if you buy a bag of stick baits and you open it up, put a dollop in the bag,
And then just
And then
smear
just-
it around and send them up and let them
Yep.
sit there in it.
yeah, and just let
ferment.
it marinate,
I like that.
I
Like that.
and then it gets into the pockets of the bait. It absorbs. It gets in.
Get some pores.
What? Oh, yeah.
Sticker looks horrible.
Well, of course.
Because
I
she didn't
did
help
it.
you make
I
that
made it.
sticker. That's why.
We won't go
Um,
there.
Where's the catfish guy?
He's not here.
Oh, he's not here.
Either one of them are here.
He's not even online. And if he
Where's-
is, I'm not gonna acknowledge him.
Where's the catfish guy?
Yep.
So I
Well,
brought
Luke isn't
stuff.
here either.
Yeah,
the
that's it right
catfish
there.
guy. I brought
The
stuff for the
frizz.
catfish
No,
guy.
no, he
That's
doesn't
the
need it.
frizz.
See?
He doesn't need it.
So when I go to shoot product, right, I get these ribs on this bait that won't fill.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sorry, the camera.
That
Yeah,
looks
these are
sweet.
it. These are the ones we were talking about.
Those are amazing.
That looks sweet.
Those are awesome.
that, guys.
The frizz
Look at that rib.
with a paddle tail.
Yeah.
so my thing with that is, if you're going to Rainy, like Nicole,
Mhm.
if you're going to Rainy and you take that bait and you are jigging walleyes with it,
Are you teasing?
when you end up losing the tail, don't throw the bait, because now if you're going to go after sturgeon, just put that body on your bait
Yeah.
and
Like a
then
ball.
put your as a holder for the rub.
Oh, this part right here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah. Keep
That
using
worked
it.
so well.
Comes off and you just
So
rub
Yeah.
your little in your little
Yeah.
grooves.
I mean, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
that's what all the all the grooves are for. So
Yeah. No, Luke's not interested in any of this anymore.
Mhm.
He's not even interested in the podcast. So we'll give that away to somebody else. He's not even on.
No, the
Yeah.
slaying of the
He's
walleye and
napping.
the sturgeon on the one setup. is
oh
amazing.
wait, I found another one.
Oh wait, there's thumb nuts right there. I crushed some of the white and chartreuse. Oh, it was white and chartreuse. I thought it was white and purple.
I crush eyes on the,
Used my whole
one of
pack.
the chartreuse. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see where those would be walleye killers
All
out
right, Mr.
in this
Fish.
one place. I know that he likes
Did
to
I
go.
bring white and chartreuse? Oh,
White right there. White and
Oh, let me
chartreuse.
see. Oh, look at that big pack.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Look, just look at this. Half of these are yours.
$50 and you can have them all.
Yeah.
No,
Half
just
of
kidding.
these
Or
are
I'm
yours,
taking them
Luke.
home.
That's funny.
Those do look really
these ones
nice.
aren't the. These ones are a little different.
I don't know if it was
I
those.
like
I
that.
don't remember what we got
That's
from
the
you.
I
new.
brought
That's the brand new grub.
Yeah,
The
this is
rest
the
of-
Grub XL.
What I had from
Those
and
look
this
this
isn't
killer.
the frizz.
chartreuse.
Yeah.
It was the pearl and chartreuse.
You don't have the frizz here, do you? Any more frizz
Yeah.
of this?
Yeah.
Of the chartreuse. That's the
Oh,
new
not of the
Grub XL.
chartreuse.
Yeah. So the
Hey.
frizz will look.
Sexual chocolate. Can you dig up?
I would definitely
Is it like
eat
this?
that.
Is it like this? Ding!
Pretty much.
No, the frizz.
Have I met?
You know
I don't
what
know
a
if I
frizz
met
is?
Fish. Have I?
Ah,
Do I know
you-
fish?
Do you use my product?
No, you never met Fish on Luke, no.
Oh,
It's
You
this
know the
thing
guy
that
from
says-
Rods and Reloads.
Yeah. Is that?
Is
that
that-
He had all
guy.
the
So-
other
is that
stuff.
him? Oh,
So that one,
you're such a nerd.
Oh, I like this one. What's this? What's this?
that's the frizz.
So that's that's the
Oh, no, I
frizz.
haven't
And again,
Chewy's
if
opening
you're-
them. Oh,
had no.
busted them open now. Dude, those look nice.
Oh my god.
It's almost like a dark pumpkin pepper.
Yeah, I like that color a lot.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and peppers.
Oh, these are pretty. This is
Now you put that on
Yeah,
a
dude, those are really nice.
put that as a swim bait or a
Chatterbait trailer.
chatterbait trailer. and-
It's probably one of the only straight up grubs that, I mean, you would literally, because it's so fat, right? You can Texas rig that,
I
for
like
your
it.
bass early
Yeah.
in the year.
I love
they
running a
want-
Texas rig.
Yep. Well, who doesn't want it to be? And then my feelings are, if you peg your Texas rig, if you're with a real lightweight, you can drag for your weed walleyes,
Yep.
and drag it along the weed edge.
Hell yeah.
So, what do you got to say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
why
Are you so
I'm
quiet?
trying
I don't
not
think
to-
I've ever
No, I'm not.
seen you
Try not to
being
laugh
this
at me 'cause I
quiet.
almost dropped my
He's
drink
on
on the
that
laptop.
on his
Quiet.
YouTube.
No, but they do make
Luke
excellent
has like
trailers
4
for my
YouTube
chatterbaits.
channels.
Yes.
I like those
Stalker.
for my
Do
chatter.
you need something to play with?
Chewy probably banned him on it.
If he's my ADHD.
Tricky Nicky needs something to play with.
Yeah.
That was quite true. I'm like, Nicky, I like it. Like
Do
these
we need
smaller,
to make a bait
So
for
many
you?
colors.
Nick?
like
these-
this
Yes.
smaller ball shed, like
Yeah.
this is when
Custom Nicky.
Show
Those are
us.
killer.
these are
Hold on.
killer. Like
These
right
Ned
now, I'd be
rigs.
using these out there. I can't tell
Those
you
are-
where we go,
It's
but
nice because you can
Those
pinch
are
the balls off those.
we
and
usually do. I
Break
usually
them
go down
down,
to
break
two.
them down.
Smaller.
Yep, you can go down to one and make it almost like a poly, or I do down to two.
Mhm.
Those are.
Those are neat. I like the Tin
These
Man
Ned
too.
rigs
You
are
didn't bring
killer
any of
too.
I didn't. No, I didn't. It's
The Ned ones.
What
are
It's
awesome.
probably
Yeah, I
one of
like
the
those
most-
Ned rigs. Ooh, what do we got
Underrated.
here?
Underrated
I think it's
baits
underrated
that I
because with
And
one,
there's
even
just
if
so
a little
many
options.
Spit
I
up.
have a lot of good
Jeez.
options. So
Yeah, they're really good.
I think
like
we're up
them.
to what? Almost 300 SKUs. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You have your favorites and go-tos.
His,
but I
his basement's amazing, by the way.
You know,
these for the men.
no, yeah.
it gives me anxiety.
Why?
It gave me anxiety, and I've only been down there one time.
Oh my god, it's just because it's just stuff
Whose
everywhere.
basement?
Billy rubs.
Oh, I like going down there. I like
It's
going
like-
down there. I get
It's
lost.
like we need to get them going. We need to get going more and get a base or get a warehouse so I can organize it because
so much things to play
Those
with
look
down
killer, dude. I like those.
All right.
anyways.
Now these are up my alley right here.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
do a lot of pros use your stuff then too, and just not tell us or what?
Are you getting a lot
I
of
don't-
custom orders from
What do you mean
pros?
you don't
Or
know? Of course you know. Do you get a lot of custom orders from some big names?
you don't look
I
at the
get some-
names,
I
or
get some big names,
Could
but I mean, big names for Minnesota, I suppose.
But I mean, hey, if they know it works, I mean,
And
obviously,
some, and honestly, some I don't even have a clue. So
they come up with a fake name, kind of like
their alias?
Yeah.
Mr. Fisho Luke,
Yeah.
like that.
Fish on
That
Luke.
Goby right there
Hey,
is
that
going to
Goby
be
looks
killer.
killer.
that'll
The
probably
details
be
on
the
those.
biggest seller for this summer.
That's
The
Take one out.
details on those are unreal.
Nikki
Hold
wants,
one of these up.
Nikki
Yeah, I like
wants to
those.
hold a Goby.
Hold on to those up, Chewy.
Hold on. I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Ooh, yes.
Can't even see it in the
Gobies.
camera.
The brown and orange. Is there orange on the bottom? No.
That's
No.
the moccasin.
Moccasin. This one isn't the
I
brown.
shot that.
It's got
before.
kind of a
I
cream.
just had to do an order for Canon.
Ooh,
yeah. I like that a lot.
I'm gonna play with this.
But so a lot of these, I mean, do you store them just like any other thing because they are infused? I mean, do you store them normal?
Don't have to do anything different.
Nothing
So
different.
if I'm an idiot and leave those in like my hot car or something for a while, are they gonna be all
The
right?
baits themselves are fine.
Okay.
Yep. And obviously, I mean, they're not going to dry out. It's not like
No,
it's
Not like
not
normal.
like the GLUP stuff
Yeah.
where it
So-
dries out.
A lot of the stuff, like we were saying, it's infused, so it's within it. So we never have to really. We just add extra
Right.
Sense,
I-
yeah.
attractant onto it to enhance it some more. But otherwise, it's already in it.
Right.
Versus some of these other companies, they just have it
I've
on
had
the
some that
outside,
didn't
don't they?
store very good, like just closed up in the bag. You know, they just didn't store well over time, and it's like, damn it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So
And it wasn't yours; it was
No,
somebody
and-
else's. But like,
And I'm not saying
and that's why I ask, because sometimes it depends on what they use, and I know some definitely hold up more than others. But
And as a bait maker, I mean, the product that we're using to make the baits is it's chemicals,
Yeah.
right? It's PVC, and then there's different components that are added to it. How many I don't exactly know, but
okay,
and I can't remember. I was the chemist that I work with to develop my new plastic. I mean, he has so many different terminologies for all the different things. It's like, it'd make your head spin. But
no,
but
those things are nice.
the thing is that like if you lay a bait like this on the table, it will leave a mark.
Yep.
You know, it's going to purge oils that are in the actual product itself. I'm not putting those oils in the product.
No.
It's just part of the product. It's natural. It's going to do it. So,
obviously biodegradable.
no, not biodegradable. Not yet.
Hmm.
Not yet.
We need to talk.
We're working on it.
Just kidding.
There
But
they go.
I
Guys.
also don't drive a Subaru either. So
So that one's what's that one right there, Billy?
I'm sorry.
What's that one right there on your screen?
That looks like a shadow. I can't see.
I can't.
It's
see
a
it.
frizz with a paddle tail.
Oh, that's that.
That's the
That's
pedal
the
top with
thumper.
the thumper.
Mhm.
Thumper.
That's the new zipper grub.
That thing looks nice.
And that's the frizz, I believe.
That's the Ned.
Is that the Ned? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the XYZ. That's the
The Goby.
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 I will be ordering some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tricky
these
D.
ones look-
Tricky D.
There you go, guys.
I mean, these are all
Really
infused with the
well
same
lined
thing.
up.
They're not individually like one's got anise on it or anything. They're all pretty much the same infused.
They're all pretty much infused with the same thing.
But like
I
Bill
will
said, you can
use-
make them your own.
Obviously, we need to we have to put a little bit of oil on the products to
Yeah,
get
you
them
do.
into the bags.
Yeah,
You know, they stick.
they don't
so-
do well on the bags with nothing.
Right, and the bags that we have to use, they're a laminated bag, and
Mm.
you know, it's an. What would you
I'm
like?
gonna put this back.
You're done playing with the goby.
Yeah, it's next.
Um, So, in light of that, we have to apply a small amount of oil to them, which is generally it's a mineral oil base, you know, and then some form of a topical scent. And generally speaking, I mean, I typically use a shad for anything that would be like a swim bait, anything minnowy,
Yeah.
you know, and I'll use the shad oil on that. And then I'll use a crayfish oil on pretty much everything else. You know, that way it's, you know, I'm adding more flavor to the recipe, so to
Yeah.
speak.
And sometimes it's all they want. Just that extra little bit.
Well,
how's
and-
your? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, that's what I was gonna show you as with a picture, taking the ball shad and pop. If you're using a ball shad, if you're using just about any of the baits, honestly, you can do it. But the ball shad works really well to take one of the segments, and if you're putting it on a jig head, and you want to shorten the bait up, you can pop a ball off but keep the ball, put the ball back in the bag, and keep it for when you go to use I mean, it works really well with a Tika Flash or one of the like the Pinhead Pro when you're tipping something,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because there's already protein. It's basically bait.
I feel like you could just put that on a little hook, like a little red hook and a bobber,
Mhm.
and
Oh yeah,
I could
Absolutely.
let my kid just sit there and slay fish with that all evening.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, you could even think about even trout.
It's
I was
like
just gonna say
I
trout.
bluegill will
Sorry.
hammer that all day off
Just
the
the
dock.
one ball for
Mhm.
trout.
I used
Well,
somebody's
I
last
have-
year.
I have salmon eggs coming.
Nice.
Perfect.
I've shot them. I have them done in orange right now, and you know, in king eggs. And I also have yellow, orange, and pink rub done. That's all made out of salmon or out of king eggs.
That'll be
So
fun.
that will be ready
Oh, yeah.
whenever that whole thing happens. And I've got already have some product that's been sent out. I've got more guys I got to get some product out to, so they can get it to work and see how it works and how it functions out there against some of the other stuff that's out there. And I can't see why it wouldn't catch fish.
I think it'll
It's-
do well.
Oh, yeah.
Smells really good. And then because I'm working with this new plastics guy, I can control my plastic. So I was able to actually soften this plastic a little bit more.
Give it a
For
little more
that.
action,
Well,
or
it
not
just
that one, but
soften the eggs up, so they're
more
just-
natural feeling.
just a more better texture.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's what I used to always look for back in the day whenever we
Feel
were
your
fishing
balls.
a lot of
Soft like your
plastics.
balls.
The softer they were, you know, they can.
Yeah.
It's just something about it they wanted.
Squishy.
Trying to
aren't
be
they?
professional right now. Those things are awesome.
So you're in a lot of local or a lot of bait shops around Minnesota too, aren't you? Especially in the Lake of the Woods area.
I don't even know.
You're growing a lot.
Yeah.
You've grown a lot over the last couple of years. Like,
It's amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
we should
it's
With
awesome.
everybody's help, you know. I mean, it takes
a village.
It takes a village for
More
sure.
than
Takes a
Amy.
good product too, though.
Yeah, you know, and I definitely stand behind my product, you know, and that's, it takes so many people to try and get it out there, and I think today alone, I think I got 3 people that sent me messages that said, hey, I've got a couple guys that own bait stores here and here. They don't carry your product currently. Would you be willing? And I'm like, get me an email address and
Hell yeah,
I'll send them a stocking sheet, and you know, if they want to give me a ring,
that's
we
awesome.
can talk about it. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's a one-man show, and Amy. So
I miss secretary.
yeah, she does a lot of typing for me, and
Luke, you're not wrong.
it helps. I mean, all of you guys that use it, and share the success out there. The pictures help, obviously, and
I haven't ran any of your open water baits, but I've ran the hell out of some of your plastics. Nice, and I mean they're legit.
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
I tell
they're
you.
awesome.
Open water is
They're
different.
awesome.
Especially as skip sticks. I'm a Senko girl. I call it Senko. Sorry. And that's
She
No,
gets
those are
hung up on
nice.
every post. Don't let her lie.
okay, Jay.
I watched.
I'm
her
sorry,
do
your
it.
mic just broke down.
yeah, your mic just quit. Something
That's
happened.
probably the reason why I
No,
was
Jay-
working in the
Jay
beginning.
Hey, I
actually
was
got it
using
working.
what was I was using one with one of my buddies, and we took first on our little New Ulm thing. I was
So-
using a stick bait.
Whole three boat derby.
So
Just kidding.
It was 4. It was actually 4.
but
No, those are
you
awesome.
take that, if you take your Senko, right, and
Rip it.
just run it through your fingers, pull it almost to the point, right? You're
Loosening your bait
loosening up the salt.
Mhm.
And what you're doing is you're opening up the pockets and the pores in the bait. And then if you apply the rub to it, now it has extra places to stick and stay.
It's also making the bait more loose. It gives it
Right.
more
It gives it
more
more
action.
action. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you put salt in there too, like some people, or no?
Oh, you have to. Yeah. That's what makes it sink.
Definitely has salt.
I didn't know these ones did.
Bite it.
I feel it.
I
Eat
dare you to
it.
bite it.
Num num.
Oh, yep, there's salt. I licked it.
Well,
I like this
my
That
my
one's
thing,
yours.
my go-to is garlic and salt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
It's got a
and
garlic rub, don't you? Yeah.
we got garlic rub.
like
we
garlic
put
a lot.
garlic in a couple of.
Hi, Matt.
There's
Hi,
little
Matt.
Mr. Matt.
What's up, Matt?
But yeah.
Matt's an amazing.
He's
amazing
a
helper too.
He's
he's a
awesome.
great guy.
Yes, he is.
Don't get that to his head.
Yeah.
We
Ah,
love Matt.
he's a good guy.
We love you, Matt.
So
Killing it out there.
He
But yeah,
is. He
no,
had a
I
good
use
season.
I use those quite a bit.
if you
How
if
many?
you-
Oh,
go ahead.
how many fish is this? How many can it take before you have to change it out?
Oh man.
How many times it whacks it and then it ruins it.
It depends,
Depends
I mean,
on the fish.
I've got a
Right.
a wacky sleeve coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a silicone sleeve, and we're going to be adding that to the site here pretty quick. And I think the silicone sleeves make the baits last quite a bit longer than just the rings themselves. I mean, just because they're wider,
Mhm.
and then you can actually go crossways through the bait. Helps the bait last a little bit longer.
Nice.
So you're not putting so much
Strain
emphasis
on
on the ends where it would tear. You can have baits. I mean, we have all kinds of baits that'll last, for a long time. I mean, I've got people that tell me they've caught 40, 30, 40, 50 fish on a panfish plastic, and I don't doubt it. Some of these larger baits, maybe you only get one. It just depends on.
Depends on the
How
thump.
hard it hits. Yeah.
But
I mean, you
can
can
tell
go
you
through
this
that.
much.
I mean,
It depends how many
Yeah,
bluegills
and
are underneath the dock pulling on it.
that
Yeah.
too. And how
Yeah.
many times Chewy gets
You
out, you
know.
got to go out more than one time and throw the reel a couple
Like,
times and
Those
test
over
it out.
there, like I feel like if you were
You wanna
Texas
check
rigging
around one day?
those,
Totally.
they
What?
would,
You want to take her on one day?
they would last.
Oh, the
We let her
chickadees?
pick wherever she wants as
Yeah.
a partner. And me and you
I've
go.
already fished against her, so
Mhm. Well, I had a disadvantage because of my boat. I was nervous. Seriously, it was bringing on water.
Did I even fish that tournament?
Yeah, you did. I was nervous because the village I had to keep putting it on because it was taking on water.
I had a backer trailer in for
I'm not very good. Hey, you know what?
Hey, man.
I'm gonna be an asshole right now. Can your
No,
wife back
hey.
a boat in?
She can't. I
Oh.
can't.
Okay, good. Kudos to her.
That's why I'm laughing because I can't either.
I can. It just takes me a couple
I can't.
times. Jay,
Ask Luke.
Hey, I
I
taught her
can't.
how to
I'm
do it.
terrible at backing
learning.
up boats.
I'm learning. That's all you got to do is learn. It takes me a
Oh,
couple
here's the
times.
man now.
Oh shit!
All right, let's start counting the comments. Remember, Corey, 50 comments is your top.
These comments.
Hey, we already brought you up earlier as
Hooray.
Scotty's.
Yeah, it just came on.
Scotty's going to be your new sponsor.
Sometimes you can fish them backwards. There you go.
There you are.
Well, Corey, we just announced
Corey
that
with us.
Scotty's going to be your new pro staff guy over here since he's got your sweatshirt on. So just to let you know, he's going to need some
Merch.
some
You need-
merch.
you need some merch.
Straight
some
merch.
I went to
swag.
go. I went to go visit. I went to go visit your booth. I forgot to tell you the last time, Corey. I went to go visit your booth in that show, but you weren't there. I think your wife and your daughter, I think, were there.
Yeah, I ran into him. I think at the Vexlar booth at the
But this is
show.
all right though. You know, you ask somebody, how many times you can use the Senko, and they always say 3, 4, 5 times.
It depends.
I fished with many different
had 'em.
brands, and it really depends on how many
Yeah.
bluegills are
Mhm.
underneath that dock pulling on
Mhm.
them.
I mean, if a bass just eats it, it's gonna last because it doesn't take a lot of
No.
and unless the bass is up and it's thrashing and jumping and things like
Yeah,
that.
Coming
you
up
know,
out of the
All
water.
depends on your hook
Usually, I
set.
feel like you lose them before they get destroyed.
I usually
Like-
just cast them off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You just lose them.
Oh,
you,
do you?
you just
I usually
lose them
catch
before.
fish before I lose them.
Whoa. Ooh, tension up in here.
1v1.
I don't.
Let's go.
I don't know if we should be in the middle of this.
You can pick the lake.
All
you
right.
can
Okay.
pick the lake.
I'll
Hey.
pick the lake.
I've got one
I
already.
want to go.
So do
I
I.
want to. I want to in on this.
Yeah, I'm getting
Can
the
I-
boat fixed right now. So give me a little time, and then we'll go.
Can me and
I
Chewy do
know
the way
I know
in?
Danny's secret lake.
Oh, you don't know my other ones.
Oh, my.
But yeah, I mean, I have a favorite color, and I stick to it pretty much.
What's Corey saying?
He says, I let the ladies run the booth. They sell better than me.
They do. They do. They're really good
I
at
still have
it.
some plastic twister tails on my hook since 04. that's better for you.
Well, we can change that up a little bit. We can add some of these grubs for
Gotta
you.
get some
There.
Billy Rub.
I
Some
mean, as long
Pedro,
as you
we have
just
to get you
flavor
some-
Any,
them up
any new
once in a
designs you're
while.
thinking about, Bill? Any new designs other than,
Well, we only came out with 164 new SKUs for this year. So
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I hope
Stop.
that's okay.
Only-
Stop.
That
no
is
more.
crazy.
Well, I got an
164 new
idea.
ones.
No.
Oh, I
Next
got an
subject.
idea.
Next subject.
Yeah, there's already probably, I'm going to say there's probably another 60 new SKUs in the basement already. And,
That's awesome.
God willing, there'll be another 60 on top of
You're,
that
you're
before
talking
that.
Yeah.
different style baits or different color combinations?
Well, we'll,
No.
we'll go with, there's probably at least a half a dozen new body designs. That,
Yeah, so
you know,
here's a
if I can
red.
get them.
That's
coming,
what I want to
but-
see.
What is that one?
Like here's a
Cross.
craw.
Oh boy.
Here's a craw. Fire craw. It's an awesome trailer.
I like some crawdads.
Yeah, so that's
hell
the
yeah.
3 and the 3 3/3.
Jay's like, give me those.
Oh, we sell a lot of. We're gonna sell more nooks. now.
Here's this nook with the chartreuse tail on it.
Yeah, I was looking at
That was a
those.
nice one.
This is a nice Ned as well.
And obviously, you're probably not going to use that as a Ned. That was
You
made
can.
more so for
I know.
walleye fishing. So
I've done it for
I
Ned.
think I brought that color.
Did you just
I would
look at me like that?
Texas
too?
rig
looked-
that.
Yeah, I did just look at you that way.
The
Texas
tiny
rigged
little
it.
tiny grub.
Yeah,
The new
The
zipper,
macro.
That's
the
awesome.
zipper
Micro.
drum.
It's so
But-
pink.
You
Your
can
colors are really
It's a glow
nice
pink.
too.
I like
That's a
Glow
that's a
pink.
glow.
Yep. This is a glow.
I like
So
this
if
lot.
you
You had a
zap
good
it-
time.
I never was a
This
pink
lot?
girl. I never really was.
Those are
I
nice.
just said I just don't think it works. In between, this is like one of
I-
my go-tos now.
Last
Pink
season
and
and this
crappie.
year. Pink was
too.
amazing.
Oh.
I never
Oh,
used pink
oh,
before
pink.
either.
Pink kills crappies.
Even the
Pink is
even the
awesome.
crawfish
It's
are
one of my go-tos
Yep.
that are like a good chartreuse.
Here's a dark.
Depends on the water.
Here's like a dark
though.
pumpkin.
Yeah, it does depend on the water. and where you're
Chewy.
at.
There's this color too. So,
Well, I
it's
think
a Mardi Gras.
there's somewhere between.
Ooh.
I like that.
Oh, that's naughty.
That shit is nice.
Sorry, I'm showing your stuff off.
Here you are.
I'm your Vanna White.
I'm very happy you're proud of me.
We all
Oh,
are.
these are
You
awesome.
do good.
Thank you.
These are awesome.
The action on them
I will
is
be
just,
ordering some tonight.
these are
Can I
The
freaking
Rumble
awesome.
Craw.
can I show you this now, Chewy? Sure. So that's that picture there. I don't know if that would. It's probably not going to show up on. You can tap the photo, right, and open it up.
I feel like if you shorten that up,
So
put it
that's
on a
the
nice hook,
taking like
a
the
vertical jig that.
taking
Kinda
the
good.
ball shed. Yeah. And I'm just putting it right in the jar. And so they're like fish eyes,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
and just marinate them, you know.
You use these for king
Yeah.
salmon fishing?
Well, no, he was doing that.
Going
See
Can't
that?
see it.
Nice.
I
So he's
can't
putting
see
it on
You
the
can't see it?
Tipping his jigs.
It's on his phone.
putting it on the Tika flash.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be- nice.
Yeah. Big enough?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I should
Jesus
have.
Christ, Amy.
What?
I'm catching every little thing you're doing.
So
am I
You don't think I'm?
Chew, you want that?
What did I do?
So you can show that.
Sink the paint, Corey. What did I do now?
Oh, we can't say it.
Now he was guiding, so it looks like he's probably got 14-pound test on. But
I don't know. I did something. Chewy's laughing at me again. Here's the brown and orange flutter craw, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
really, I like this one too.
Yeah. Oh, I do like that.
if you look at
That one's awesome.
Yeah, it's got some nice color to it.
if we look at Moina has a post from today.
Oh shoot!
That's that craw is on his.
What the heck are you doing?
I had to taste it.
Dude.
It's tasty.
I have to
Hey,
taste all
What
mine.
did I say the last podcast? I don't know, Bill. You caught the last podcast where we were talking about you,
No,
and I
getting
said
weird over here.
you put some of that catfish scent on your neck and go to Lisa's. You'll come out with a couple girls.
Oh yeah.
You won't go home alone. There you go, guys. That's what he's talking about. So those are the balls, and he dips it in the rub.
Yeah, it's
And lets him
awesome.
soak it up.
Flutter. There's tricky.
Yeah.
And then there's a Tika flash.
That's what he's using for
Nice.
Santee.
Yeah, the clam Tika flash there,
Mhm.
which by the way is killer.
Sold out in Monty.
Just wait. Just wait till next year.
Piece of
Well,
lead.
that was only what
piece
3.
of lead and a hook.
You can probably call it 3 weeks. 3 weeks of ice, maybe.
Oh, this year
So
was
short.
horrible.
Did you guys see the guys that were still trying to get out there?
I was just up north.
I've been reading
up
about
north is
everybody
one
still
thing.
falling through, and
Well, down here, I
Dude,
mean, I
there's
hate to
been a
say
lot
it,
of
south
people.
of
It's
Brainerd, you're
done.
done. It's
done.
100% done. If you go way up north by the border, there's still 15, 18 inches.
There's bays opening up on Tonka. We're done.
We're done.
Oh,
on that. I have to work on that. Like,
That's why
Boat's coming out this week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I might
It's
be going
time to get the
kayaking on
boat.
Saturday.
Yeah, I saw.
Why not?
Well, wasn't
Why you laugh at me?
wasn't Bavaria? Bavaria was open.
I
Wasn't
should
it?
get my kayak.
I mean, all
Oh,
those
with
lakes.
Yeah,
Let's
all
go.
of them
I got a
are.
link
Terrible.
down, baby. We're going.
It's crazy.
Perfect.
You have a
Break it in.
kayak, Jay?
Huh?
You have a kayak?
No, I got a boat.
I got a boat. I got a kayak.
I got a boot.
I got a boat.
I need.
gotta-
I have a boat
put
that
it
needs
back
fixing.
together.
A new motor.
And
A
you
kayak,
go-
a canoe,
I just gutted mine.
a
I don't
blow up
know.
raft, which I'm really excited to take out.
I got
Just get a unicorn
I
rack.
got a bass boat. I got my what I call my Panfish boat, my mini me boat, and my kayak, and then I got a river boat. Luke's, but he's probably going to be busy the whole summer fixing his garage, so we might as well just take it out ourselves.
Sweet.
We'll get some sweet shots for you, Luke. Don't worry.
Yeah, we can take that dumb thing he uses. What was that?
He puts it on.
That-
I can't
that-
give away his secrets. But yeah,
Does he say? I'm getting my boat out tomorrow, hoping it fits in my new garage. Well, I hope so, because then you're gonna have to spend another 3 months making it bigger.
Yeah.
In that case. So what do you got going on, Billy? Besides what events you got going, or what tournaments, or anything that you got coming up?
Well, I tournament fish the greenhorn
Okay.
circuit. I do the advanced Sundays, advanced Opticast Sundays, and I do a Thursday night league, and then I'll jump in
Nice.
and fish a couple with Amy, and then there's a random one here and there that
Right
I'll
on.
do. Do the Viking, or last year I had we fished the fall tournament for the greenhorn, and then we made it to day 2, so I wasn't going to be able to fish the Viking. So Danny View jumped in and fished with Amy in that one. So
Oh,
Danny
yeah.
Boo.
That Viking International is kind of cool, just for the fact of a charitable thing for donation of food, and that's kind of cool.
That is awesome.
I mean, you're fighting for first, second, third place, but it was kind of more of a
it's
Good
getting
thing.
bigger every year. I mean,
Is it?
obviously it's gained its traction. It's not a blackfish, type thing, but
Mhm.
where there's $10,000 maiden prize, but it's still kind of the pride of the lake type tournament.
Okay.
well, memories made there too. They're doing a crappie tournament at the end of April,
Yep.
so I mean, those are a lot of fun to do.
Right.
You're doing that, aren't you?
I think so. It's
think
up to
Brian-
if Brian's still listening.
Well, no, Brian looks like Brian has another teammate unless you're jumping in with him.
Brian ditch me.
He's got
Why
ano-
would you
he's
ditch
got
the
another?
bait guy?
He's got another.
He's
even- he's even
Why
using
would
your
he
name.
ditch the bait
He's even
guy?
using your name, BRB.
That's like killing the camera guy.
Seriously,
Yeah.
he totally stole you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
Jacked.
that's terrible. That's terrible.
Him and his teammate are gonna beat you with your baits.
You're no longer
With your name too.
Yeah.
you're no longer on
That's
the,
what happened to me
you're
one of
no
the.
longer on the well.
That's what happened to me one of the kayak tournaments.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They made me give some away before the tournament. So maybe shut up, dude. So he gave some away, and I says, "Well, I didn't really bring any to give away, but so I picked the ones. These probably are, they look good, but I know that they're not gonna be it, right? So I give 6, and they raffle them off. The ugliest one that I probably would have never tossed in like the last two minutes of because nobody can catch a fish. It was just bad. And the guys said, "Hey, you got 2 minutes left. Any fish you catch, well, not any fish, any pike or bass that you catch, the first one to catch one will be the winner." So everybody was out there, and this guy was hitting in. It was already 2 minutes left because there was a guy, yelling 1 minute, whatever shit. And he's going in, and me and my friend were talking. We were next to each other, and we were just going in behind him, and then we see him cast. And we see a big swirl,
Oh no.
and then we just both stopped and just kept watching him. And then he sets the hook, and he brings it in right away, and he's trying to hold it because he's got to take the picture, and then now he can't find his marker, so he's yelling like crazy, and it was hanging on his neck, and he finally realized it was on his neck. He ripped it off his neck, put it on the fish, took the picture. It was 14 inches, I think, 14 inches, and he won the whole tournament.
With your bait.
My spinner bait.
That's awesome though.
The one
is
fucking
cool.
spinner bait that I wouldn't even thought of throwing out because it just I don't know, just something about it. I didn't like the gold and all that. I just make them because people like the gold blades and the dark
Mhm.
colors. I had just taken it just for that, and
So I have a question for the catfish.
sure,
Who's the catfish guys?
look hinges.
Mhm.
Okay. So with this rub, is there I kind of made it with a little bit of everything in it, and then I put there's a little bit of Limburger in there.
Mhm.
So I know that I have some guys that have used it and they've done real well with it. But is there specific, like, I really don't want to get to the point where I'm making like 5 different catfish rubs, but I know that, like, supposedly I've heard that certain catfish only eat certain things.
Mhm.
Is there like truth to that, or will they just, will they eat pretty much anything?
Don't they eat the worms? Like a big ball of worms, night crawlers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big ball of worms. But
Worms
it
work.
depends on who you're asking where you're at. But I'll like Luke. Did you listen to that question?
I hope he did.
Because I know that there's some stuff like, I mean, some
There he is.
like some baits or some cats like cut bait, some like, you know, chicken livers or bloody stuff, some like stinky stuff.
But like what kind, Luke? What scent would you say would you use for dip?
Is it blood dip, cheese
He's
dip?
gonna call him.
Shad.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Oh,
What scent would you use if you had a scent to choose to put on your bait? What would it be?
Hold on. Please find my remote.
He's like, let me find my remote.
If you had a scent to choose to put on your. So you guys, if I had a scent to choose, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, sure. I would focus on channel cats because you're not really throwing anything like dip bait like or dead bait for flathead. So like channel cats, sucker, worm, shad would be really, really good.
Which I do have.
I'd say
by the way.
worm, shad,
what about
maybe some emerald shiner. There's so many emerald shiners in the Minnesota River. I think the channel cats are eating those a lot, but primarily shad, worm. I would stick with natural. I don't even think you'd need the cheese, but shad, worm, and
Well,
like emerald.
some of
and
the things
sucker.
that I do like with the rubs, they just don't end up smelling like much. You know what I mean? So
Right.
people smell them and they're like, oh, it just doesn't smell like much. How's that going to work? You know, it's like, well, you don't understand what's really inside of it, you know?
Right.
So that's why I end up putting a little bit of cheese or something to give it some stink. Cause I think typically, I mean, the novice expects catfish bait to stink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anti-stink, so.
That's good. Then
Very
what
nice.
about frogs? I know catfish love
Oh,
frogs.
If you could do leopard frog or
I have leopard frog.
that's
Oh,
like
did you
my-
hear
got
that?
it, Luke.
You just announced.
frog's
got it.
my leopard frog's my favorite channel cat bait.
Oh, the
To
one that's in
use.
my
Where is
pocket right here.
I have some in my car.
Did you take the other one?
No.
I want a
I didn't
conglomerate of
go
all those
shopping.
things for
Is-
one rub for me. I'll try
How
it
long
out.
is it going to take you to get here?
I want frog, shad, and sucker all in one dip bait, and I will use
Well,
the
you can
shit out of it.
have all three, and then you can
Can I-
combine them yourself.
Yeah. Can I just?
Don't
can you
tell
just-
Amy. No, first off, don't tell me what to do.
Second of all,
Oh.
I'm just telling you, yes, I can tell you what to do because
What is it? Frog? What did
Luke,
you
look
want?
at it.
sucker.
That's a leopard frog.
I don't know if I
And that's
have
Give me
it.
really
beat,
stinky
Tommy.
stuff.
All right,
in it.
brother.
That's good.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
beat it, scram.
All right, we're gonna end this real quick. I figured I'd call him.
That worked out better.
Are we gonna wait for him to answer? Forget it.
That was fun.
Go back
We
down.
should call Luke during the podcast more.
What did Corey say?
Bill needs to make a rub called sex rub.
Corey, what are you doing out in that garage?
That's what I was doing. That's what it said limits to its comments.
He's done now, isn't he? Reached his limit.
Well, we give him 50 comments because I know for sure he's gonna pass. We want him to get to that point and then stop him before he gets worse.
How many beers has he had?
We don't know. Nobody knows.
How much painting have you been doing today, Corey?
Right.
But now,
I'm still gonna have him probably. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have him shoot the inside of my boat for some paint
That'd be cool.
before I redo the wood and the carpet on it. Just because it'll be a lot better, and why the hell not? Whenever I got it all torn apart. So
Well, if you have it, one thing I would think about spray it with like your bed liner coating.
Yep. And see, I
It'll
talked to
shed
Dan
it.
about that. And Dan was giving me shit last weekend about it. And see, Dan, he said it's hard to wash out, but I feel like with the garden hose and a good tip on there, a power washer, it would be just fine. And I don't want to go all the way up. I just want to do like that, the bottom part of the aluminum,
Sealing the bottom of your boat.
just so I got some grit on that aluminum.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
stuff is so heavy though. There's been
It
a lot.
is heavy.
There's been a
Well,
lot
I
of
mean,
talk about
yeah.
in the boat building communities
And I'm-
using that, and it's so much weight, extra weight. But
I can imagine.
Luke,
Corey says the Raptor liner is easy to use. You can spray it if you
flat
can spray
if
it
you
flat
want.
if you want. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then need a scent called Catfish. What?
What?
I think it's supposed to be smorgasbord.
Yeah.
The board. Those 4 cents, Luke edition. All right. Yeah, you can
He
put
just
his
doesn't want to mix it himself.
you can put his fat ass on that logo right there. You see that fisherman right there with the. You just make him a little bit more fat, and then that'll be Luke.
Put a belly on him like me.
Oh, not really, because he's getting pretty skinny.
Yeah.
Plastic dip. There you go.
Yes.
Right.
Anyways, all right, guys, we're gonna call it. Bill, thank you so much for coming in, man. We really appreciate
That
it.
was awesome.
Hey, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks
I
for
mean, some
having
of the things I want to talk about, but we only got an hour. But we'll bring you back, and there's some of the things I want to talk about as far as the bait making side. But
Oh, yeah.
We'll see him at the
just to
Northwest
keep it
show.
fun, and
We're
we'll
gonna
see him
have
on.
his We'll have his stuff there.
Ooh, yeah.
And don't forget, guys, we're going to be at the Northwest Sports Show.
Maybe Bill
Um,
can come on with you and just you guys
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Northwest Sports Show. We'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know when, Bill, you'll come out. A couple of days or what a day. That just that you guys have any questions, no one better to answer them than Bill. And then we have Amy and the Knockout Boys, Danny Vu, Andrew Mao,
Now.
Mhm.
and Mao. And his last name is pronounced Lee, but it's Liz.
Yeah,
Is that weird?
I know, right? That's what I tell
That's
him.
what I was asking you.
That's what I told him. I go, dude, no one ever calls you Lee. He
Yeah.
starts laughing at me.
And then we got Zach and possibly Luke Hedges doing the seminar on so Amy and the Knockout Boys they'll be doing a seminar on Saturday for springtime fishing, right?
Springtime fishing at noon.
At noon, and then on
Nooner.
Sunday at 3 p.m. Zach Rothbauer from River Addicts Guide Service and Luke Hedges will be doing a seminar at 3 p.m. on Sunday. If Luke feels okay, because he's been having a little health issues, but if he feels good, he'll join Zach. If not, Zach will take care of it. So that'll be Sunday. So no better way to come out and support the catfish community. Now that we're part of that show, come out and support them and show that we're out there, man.
No.
I mean, come check them out. I think today they got announced as I think they announced the seminars today, I believe, on their website.
Oh, did they?
And I sent pictures out, so I don't know if they did that or not today, but that's what's going on. We're gonna go live next Wednesday from the convention center. We'll be live at 7 p.m. And then we'll discuss what's going on there further. So just be ready for that. So hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be going live next Wednesday, and then we'll see you guys in the weekend if you guys want to be out there.
Come check
I might
'em
be
out.
doing tech seminars. That's what Corey said.
Thanks for having me.
Is Corey
Appreciate
gonna
it.
be
He'll,
out
Yeah.
there at all?
he'll have his stuff out there for sale.
Yeah, and we'll have all Billy Rock products will be out there. So come check them out, and we'll see you guys out there.
Mhm.
Have a good one.
Bye.